Welcome to Whispering Shadows, where every story pulls you deeper into the unknown. Tonight, we unravel the Forgotten Lullaby, a chilling tale of a melody that holds a sinister secret, echoing through time and pulling its victims into darkness. If you dare to listen, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another haunting story. Now, settle in as the lullaby begins to play. The Forgotten Lullaby. Chapter 1. The Arrival. I hadn't been back to my childhood home in over a decade, but after my mother's passing, I had no choice but to sort through her estate, a modest, ivy-choked house on the edge of a quiet town. The front porch sagged under dead leaves, and the windows seemed to watch me approach with weary resignation. On stepping inside, the memories flooded back, the faint scent of lavender potpourri, the creak of floorboards that once soothed me to sleep. Yet something felt changed, like a hush of sorrow lingered in every corner. Chapter 2. The Unwanted Discovery. I spent the first afternoon rummaging through dusty boxes in the attic. That's where I found a small wooden music box I barely remembered. Its corners were worn, the painted daisies chipped. Curious, I wound its tiny crank. A tinkling lullaby chimed, sweet yet haunting. Goosebumps prickled my arms. It was the lullaby my mother used to hum whenever I had nightmares. But I'd forgotten the exact melody. Somehow hearing it again sent a chill along my spine. The final notes snagged, distorting into an eerie discord. I quickly shut the lid. Chapter 3. Nighttime Echoes. Later that evening, I camped in my old bedroom, surrounded by half-packed boxes. I couldn't sleep, my mind buzzing with old recollections. Around midnight, I heard it, the faint tinkle of the music box drifting from the attic. Fear snagged my breath. I had left the box closed, unwound, yet the lullaby played softly as if coaxing me to come. The melody's final notes warbled with that same wrongness, stuttering off-key. Armed with only a flashlight, I ascended the creaking stairs to the attic. The room was empty, just dusty rafters and stacked crates. But in the moonlight, the music box sat open on a trunk, although I remembered leaving it latched. The lullaby died the moment I stepped near. Chapter 4. Mother's Journal. The next day, I uncovered an old journal labeled Celia's Notes, my mother's name scrawled on its spine. Flipping through, I found entries referencing the lullaby she discovered from a traveling minstrel years ago. One passage read, "I've tried throwing the box away, but each time it returns. It calls to me at night. There's something in the melody, like it wants a voice to finish the song." A second entry ended with, "If the lullaby is not completed, it grows restless. I must keep humming it. But I fear what finishing it might unleash." My throat tightened. Finishing the lullaby? 5. The Haunting Sings. That evening, the lullaby resumed, louder. It seemed to ripple through the house, as if each floorboard resonated with the melody. Shadows flickered across the walls. A memory stirred. My mother, humming the tune in a half-lit corridor, eyes distant. Unable to bear it, I ran to the attic again. Sure enough, the box was open, the gears turning on their own. I tried to slam the lid shut, but the mechanism resisted. The melody's final phrase stuttered, repeating on a broken loop. My hands shook, heart hammering. Suddenly, a shadow flickered in the corner, something shaped like a woman. She lifted a hand, beckoning. A strangled gasp escaped me. Then the music box jammed, the tune ending with a harsh clunk. 6. A Sinister Purpose. Desperate, I pored over the journal once more. A final entry read, "I suspect the lullaby was never meant for comfort. It's an unfinished incantation, like a hungry spirit seeking completion. If one sings the final notes, the lullaby's power takes hold." My blood chilled. The box's melody was incomplete, looping eternally. Could it be pulling me in to finish the song? If so, what would happen if I did? 7. The fatal choice. At midnight, the box chimed again, relentless. The house felt alive with a pulsing dread. Determined, I forced myself to wind the crank fully, letting the lullaby ring out. The ghostly figure reappeared, drifting closer. I heard a voice in my mind. My mother's? Finish it. With trembling lips, I hummed the lullaby's final notes, ones my mother used to whisper but never fully sang. My voice caught in my throat, the last note quivering in the still air. The music box's gears ground to a halt. For a heartbeat, silence reigned. Then the shadow lunged forward, merging into me. A rush of cold, a gasp that wasn't mine. My vision blacked out, the box clattering to the floor. When I came to, I was crouched by the attic window, the music box at my feet. The ghostly figure was gone, but I felt its presence within me. My chest felt tight, as if holding a second heartbeat. Slowly, I realized I was humming the lullaby in a low, endless loop. I tried to stop. My jaw kept moving, the tune rising involuntarily. A flicker in the mirror revealed my eyes had dimmed, like half-lidded with a dead stare. I understood too late. By finishing the song, I'd given the spirit a vessel, my own body. Now the lullaby never stops. Each night, the tune echoes in my throat, unstoppable. And in the reflection, I see not my face, but my mother's haunted gaze. The lullaby is complete, and I am its puppet forever.